There are 7 psychological principles that, when used with integrity, can quietly pull a woman toward you, without saying a single word. These aren't pickup lines, they're timeless traits of the kind of man women truly fall for. Stick around. Number 5 might explain why she loses interest, and how to fix it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. The scarcity effect. Value comes from rarity. People value what is rare or hard to get. In psychology, this is known as the scarcity principle. When something, or someone, is less available, it becomes more desirable. This applies strongly in romantic attraction. If you're always available, constantly texting, or immediately responding, it can signal low value or desperation, even if that's not your intention. Scarcity doesn't mean playing games or ignoring someone intentionally. It means living a life full of purpose, goals, and independence. When a woman sees that you're not waiting around for her and have a life of your own, she respects you more. The key here is quality over quantity. A man who gives less time but adds emotional richness to each moment is far more attractive than someone who's always around but emotionally flat. Traditional relationships were built on this balance. Men had a mission, and women admired that. Create moments where your presence is felt, not just noticed. Let her anticipate your attention instead of expecting it constantly. You become a scarce resource, not by being manipulative, but by being focused, busy, and self-respecting. Work on your body, your craft, your values. Live a life so full that your attention becomes a reward. That's real scarcity. When you're selective about who gets your energy, it sends a powerful subconscious message. If he's not giving himself to everyone, his time and love must be worth something. The silent language of trust. Mirroring is one of the most powerful nonverbal psychological tools for building rapport and emotional connection. It's the subconscious act of copying another person's behavior, body language, speech patterns, gestures, or tone of voice. When done subtly and naturally, it creates a feeling of familiarity and comfort. Why? Because we tend to trust people who are like us. In traditional courtship, a gentleman paid close attention to a lady's behavior, not just her words. Today, mirroring revives that art by allowing you to build a subtle, subconscious, we're-like signal. For instance, if she leans in, you slightly lean in. If she's calm and speaks slowly, you match that rhythm. This doesn't mean mimicking her every move like a mime. That's awkward and obvious. Instead, you want to tune into her energy and flow with it. Studies in social psychology show that people who are mirrored feel more understood and emotionally connected. It triggers a sense of sameness, which is foundational for bonding. Over time, she may not know why she feels safe and drawn to you, but she will. That's the power of mirroring. Mirroring also shows attunement, that you're present, listening, and emotionally intelligent. In a world full of distractions and superficial interactions, that kind of presence is magnetic. Women pick up on it intuitively. The right mirroring says, I see you, I hear you, and I understand you. It's not a trick, it's a deeply traditional, respectful way to say, I'm in tune with you. That's how trust begins, and attraction grows. Emotional anchoring. Create meaningful associations. Emotional anchoring is a principle from psychology and NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, that suggests people tend to associate strong feelings with whoever or whatever is present during those emotions. When used ethically, it helps build deep emotional bonds, especially in romantic relationships. Here's how it works. If a woman feels joy, excitement, safety, or even nostalgia in your presence, over time she will subconsciously associate those feelings with you. That emotional anchor becomes part of how she experiences you. This is why shared experiences, like adventures, deep conversations, laughter, or even overcoming challenges together, form stronger romantic bonds than mere physical attraction alone. In traditional relationships, men didn't win women over with constant talking or bravado, they created moments. Whether it's dancing under the stars, walking in nature, or sitting silently by a fire, they knew how to craft an emotional atmosphere. That's emotional anchoring in action. It's not about manipulating her emotions. It's about being present and intentional during key moments. For example, if you're there for her when she's vulnerable, she'll tie feelings of safety and comfort to you. If she laughs with you in a carefree, genuine way, her brain says, "This is where I feel alive." People don't fall in love with logic, they fall in love with how someone makes them feel. Create anchors through music, scents, rituals, or places you share. The more unique and emotionally charged the memory, the stronger the anchor. Be the source of her best emotional memories, and you'll become unforgettable, not because you asked her to love you, but because her heart already does. Certainty with mystery, confidence wrapped in depth. Women are instinctively drawn to men who offer a balance of certainty and mystery. In psychology, this taps into both emotional security, which creates trust, and curiosity, which fuels attraction. It's a powerful combination that keeps a woman emotionally invested over time. Certainty means you know who you are, what you stand for, and where you're going. It's the grounded masculinity of a man who leads his life with confidence. You don't need to be arrogant or flashy, you just need to be clear and composed. Certainty makes a woman feel safe. It signals stability, maturity, and presence. But certainty alone isn't enough. Without a hint of mystery, a man can quickly become predictable, and predictability is the enemy of attraction. Mystery doesn't mean being secretive or aloof. It means having depth. It's showing that there are layers to you, a past, a purpose, dreams you don't share with just anyone. When you reveal yourself gradually, piece by piece, you create emotional suspense. That triggers the brain's anticipation circuits, keeping her invested and intrigued. Traditional courting often included this kind of pace. Men revealed their world slowly, allowing the woman to discover them, not just hear about them. This made every interaction feel meaningful. A man with certainty says, "You can trust me." A man with mystery says, "There's more to discover." Together, they create emotional gravity. To apply this, be direct about your intentions, but don't explain everything at once. Let her learn you over time. Tell stories. Ask thoughtful questions. Live a life so rich in meaning that she wants to keep exploring it with you. Validation withdrawal, the power of unpredictable praise. Human beings, including women, are wired to respond strongly to intermittent reinforcement, a psychological principle proven in behavioral studies. Simply put, we value rewards more when they're not guaranteed. This applies directly to compliments and validation in relationships. Early on, many men make the mistake of constantly praising a woman, texting her non-stop, complimenting her appearance, affirming her every move. While that might seem like a good strategy to build affection, it often has the opposite effect. Over-validation becomes predictable, and predictability kills emotional intensity. Validation should be sincere, but not constant. Why? Because when praise is earned and less frequent, it becomes far more meaningful. Think about it. If someone compliments you every day, it loses power. But if someone you admire pauses, looks you in the eye, and says, "You look absolutely stunning tonight," and they don't say that every day, it hits much harder. This is validation withdrawal. It's not about playing cold or withholding affection. It's about strategic restraint. Let your actions speak more than your words. When you do give a compliment, make sure it's honest, well-timed, and specific. That's how you build emotional weight behind your words. In traditional relationships, men didn't flood women with words. They let their character, consistency, and presence do the talking. When they did give praise, it was rare, intentional, and deeply valued. Remember, attention that's too easy to get becomes easy to forget. By balancing warmth with a bit of distance, you create emotional pull. You make her want your approval, rather than just expect it. That shift changes everything. Social proof, the influence of respect and reputation. Social proof is one of the most powerful forces in psychology and human behavior. At its core, it means this: people look to others to determine what is valuable. When a woman sees that others like, admire, or respect you, especially other women, it sends a subconscious signal that you are worth noticing. This is rooted in evolutionary psychology. In ancestral environments, social approval often indicated status, safety, and suitability. If others trusted or followed someone, that person likely had traits beneficial for survival or reproduction: confidence, intelligence, leadership, or provision. Today, the principle still applies. A man who is respected by others instantly becomes more attractive. Think about it this way: if a man walks into a room and people light up, laugh with him, or listen to him intently, women don't need to guess whether he's socially valuable. They see it. If he's liked by other women but isn't chasing them, it sends a powerful message. He's desirable, but he chooses carefully. This doesn't mean you need to be famous, rich, or surrounded by admirers. It means carry yourself in a way that earns respect, from both men and women. Develop strong friendships. Be known as someone reliable, kind, and charismatic. Even subtle cues, like being greeted warmly by friends or having people speak well of you, boost your perceived value. In traditional societies, a man's reputation was everything. Women didn't just look at how a man treated them, they looked at how he was treated by everyone else. Your social standing acts like a silent wingman. Build it with humility, and it will open doors no pickup line ever could. Purpose-driven presence, be a man on a mission. If there's one trait that has consistently attracted women across cultures and centuries, it's this: a man with purpose. In psychology, purpose gives life meaning. In attraction, it gives a man gravity, a sense that he's going somewhere, and he knows why. A purpose-driven man doesn't chase women, he chases a mission. Whether that's building a business, protecting his family, serving his community, or developing mastery in his craft, he has direction. That direction gives him confidence, discipline, and focus, qualities women find deeply attractive. Why? Because women don't just want a man who desires them, they want a man who has value beyond them. In traditional relationships, this was foundational. A man had duty. He worked the land, built a home, fought for what mattered. He had a legacy mindset. That energy, steady, focused, unwavering, is still magnetic today. When a woman sees you're building something bigger than yourself, she knows that your strength isn't borrowed, it's built. Psychologically, a clear purpose also reduces neediness, which is a major attraction killer. A man without purpose clings. A man with purpose leads. Even when he loves deeply, he doesn't lose himself, because his identity isn't built on another person's approval. That balance of devotion without dependency is rare, and incredibly powerful. A man of purpose says, "You're welcome to walk beside me, but I won't stray from my path." That's the kind of man women remember and respect. So whether you're pursuing God, growth, greatness, or all three, stay on your path. That inner fire will light up your presence, and she'll feel it, even before you speak. Attraction isn't about tricks, it's about understanding timeless truths. When you carry yourself with purpose, presence, and respect, The right woman won't just notice you, she'll feel drawn to you. These 7 principles aren't games, they're tools for becoming a man of depth and direction. If this resonated with you, give it a like, subscribe for more grounded psychology and relationship wisdom, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment below. What principle hit hardest for you? Thanks for watching, and remember, be the man she can admire, not the one she can control.